Let's listen to the Speaker of Parliament, who announced a 3-week break over a surge in COVID-19 cases. 151 workers in Parliament and 17 MPs have tested positive for the virus.
Honourable members, having regard to the upsurge of the coronavirus infection in the House, now reading 17 members of Parliament and 151 staff and ancillary workers in the presence of Parliament, and the fact that the Appointments Committee is yet to commence consideration of His Excellency the President's ministerial nominees, I have, in consultation with leadership, decided that the sitting of the House be suspended for 3 weeks. It is hoped that within this period of adjournment, the Appointments Committee will commence consideration and public hearing of the President's nominee for ministerial appointments. By the end of the 3 weeks, the Appointments Committee would have submitted reports on the referral for the consideration of the House. Accordingly, with the exception of honourable members of the Appointments Committee, the clerk to the committee, and other supporting staff who will be engaged in the task of considering the President's nominees for ministerial appointments, the House will take a break as from tomorrow, Wednesday, 10 February 2021, to Tuesday, 2nd March 2021. During that period, honourable members are to comply with the strict COVID-19 protocols and regulations. Members and staff should also resubmit themselves to the Parliament Medical Centre for retesting after 2 weeks from tomorrow to ascertain their status before the assumption of the House. Meanwhile, Parliament will continue with the weekly disinfection and sanitization of the premises and presence of Parliament.
Alban Gbabin, Speaker of Parliament. Meanwhile, some members of Parliament welcomed the decision. They spoke to JoyNews.
Well, I think it's long overdue. Some of us have been agitating for this action to be taken. But be it as it may, I think that it's a right call. The very day it was detected that some members were infected, I thought that should have been the very first day we needed to have taken a decision such as we have taken. We use the same lift. We don't have specific lift used by members of Parliament. We use virtually the same washroom. Some of them are secretaries to MPs, I guess. Some may be clerks of Parliament. And if a decision is not taken to suspend this House, we may have almost everybody being infected. And I think for me, it's a right call, even though this call should have come earlier than now.
I think it's a step in the right direction. Not much is being done now. Appointment committee sitting starts tomorrow. Virtually takes the leadership of Parliament, and the business of the House is run by us, but with leadership and Speaker forming the business committee, and the Speaker always take cue from them. And so the next 2-3 weeks, none much will be done by the plenary, except for the Appointments Committee. So I see that decision by the Speaker, to get the August House to suspend, to be able to break the cycle of transmission, because the numbers that he quoted were huge.
It's not that we are going on holidays, though that we need to advocate and also make sure in our constituencies also adhere with the protocol regarding the second wave. So that is where we are now today in Parliament. Yes, I'm in support of the decision, because I'm also thinking of my colleagues who have been affected, and we cannot serve at the same time in this situation when the second wave is becoming higher than before.
You heard there some members of parliament reacting to the decision by the speaker in consultation with leadership to suspend sitting for 3 weeks due to the increase in COVID-19 cases in parliament for MPs and staff, other staff as well.